This week I was treated to a couple different varieties of cookies, and they were exquisite. Now I know most people might be thinking, cookies? They're pretty good, but they're not that life-changing. And I also know that most people have voices like that, which is why I did it. And yeah, I get it. I know what they mean. But they're wrong. In my opinion, cookies get kind of a bad rap. Well, now I sound like a commercial for cookies that's trying to be really hip and appeal to the kids of today. Hey, cookies get a bad rap nowadays, but go out and get some of these cookies. Hashtag totes tasty. And take a selfie with them. It'll be sick. I don't know about you, but these cookies are my spirit animal. Is that how that phrase is used? No? Oh, well, we're gonna have to do some rewrites. I don't know what I'm saying. Ever heard of a continuity error? Well, there's one. That door's open now. It wasn't before. Deal with that. Anyway, cookies are kind of overlooked in terms of desserts. There's just so many different types that your basics like chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin can easily get lost in the shuffle. I'm not saying people don't like cookies. I just think that generally they don't hold the same level of prestige as an ice cream sundae or some kind of really good cake. A little secret? Molten chocolate lava cake is the way to go. Tell your friends. Cookies are like the basic stormtroopers of the dessert world. There's sort of an endless supply of them, and they do okay for themselves, but they don't get the fancy speeder bikes or the ATST chicken walkers or the tiny, extremely pretentious pistols that the Imperial Scouts on Endor get, or the over-the-top orange shoulder pauldron and the impractically giant, awesome-looking rifles that the sand troopers on Tatooine get, or even the glorified skirts that the snow troopers on Hoth wear. I can't be the only one who thought those were kind of fashionable, in an avant-garde sort of way. But if Emperor Palpatine asked Darth Vader to report on how the basic stormtroopers were doing in their ongoing battle against the Rebel Alliance, his response would probably be, For those who haven't seen Star Wars, you probably should have just skipped over that part for your own sake. But for those who have, you're welcome. So those are my thoughts on cookies, and maybe the way they're viewed is kind of well-deserved. I mean, there are a lot of mediocre cookies out there. But sometimes you bite into a cookie the likes of which you've never had before. A cookie that makes everything around you melt away, so that it's just the cookie in you. Mano wa cookie. That was bad. And that's your whole world. A cookie that says to you, metaphorically speaking, hey, we've never met before, but I feel like I've known you my whole life. Take my hand and let's go on a journey together. One wild, insane adventure. What do you say? Or maybe that's just me that imagines that. No, I'm pretty sure everybody's had at least one cookie like that. I had 2 just this past week. And when I say 2, I mean 2 different types of cookies, not 2 actual cookies total. I had way more than 2 cookies. Woo! Hot doggy! So the first type of cookie I snacked on is one of my personal favorites, my mom's homemade Oreos. The actual cookie parts are made with Devil's Food chocolate cake mix, and the cream in the middle is sort of a cream cheese frosting concoction. Very extraordinary. My mom sent me an entire Tupperware container of them from home. I love you, Mom. Hey, Mom. Love you. I'm on TV. Oh, YouTube, but it's close. And I may or may not have eaten all of them in 2 nights. Now, I'm not sure exactly how many cookies were in that container, but probably close to. Censored because it's too embarrassing. Yeah, that many. So the first night I must have eaten about censored because it's too embarrassing cookies, which makes me nauseous just thinking about it. And the second night there were only 3 left, so I finished those without breaking a sweat. Give me a challenge. Next. This, of course, was soon followed by a bad case of the old cookieless blues. Well, we sure had a good time when we started way back when. Chocolate dreams and luscious cream, oh how I loved you then. You feel me. Anyway, so with the glory of these homemade treats a distant memory, it looks like I'm gonna have to return to the world of average and subpar desserts. And you might be thinking, why doesn't he just not eat dessert? He clearly doesn't like the desserts he has access to regularly, and it would be healthy. Well, it's not that easy, okay? I can't just snap my fingers and poof, I don't want dessert anymore. I'm not a genie. I don't know how to do that. I've got a sweet tooth. So, scooting right on past what just happened, at this point I'm still mourning the loss of my homemade Oreos, but one day later in the week I head into the cafeteria here at my school for lunch. But I had a late afternoon class, so lunchtime is technically over and the cafeteria is more or less empty. The hot food has been cleared away and they just have the basics. Cereal, salad, and sandwich bar. You know, the bare bones. Except for one heavenly area in the center of the room near where the desserts are. A clear diamond in the rough that I never saw coming. 2 large trays of clearly fresh-baked cookies. I could smell the tantalizing aroma the moment I entered the room. It's clear they're pumpkin cookies, similar to pumpkin pie, but with some kind of frosting on top. When I finally eat them, I realize it's a sweet pumpkin cream cheese frosting. A strange combo, I know, but delicious. And the cookies practically melt in my mouth, like they're laying down on my taste buds for a good night's sleep. I can hear the angels singing. It feels like a professional masseuse is working on my tongue, while a medieval troubadour stands nearby, on my molars maybe, playing a passionate love ballad on a tiny guitar. I mean, this is an inspiring cookie. And before I tried it, correctly assuming it was gonna knock my socks off, I wisely grabbed 2. So I make the most of my moments with those first 2 cookies. Then I'm hungry for more. So without even thinking, I go and grab 2 more cookies. Not censored, but still somewhat embarrassing. And the frosting is just the icing on the cake, or the cookie in this case, which is literally exactly what it is. It just knocks the whole thing out of the pack. And I walk out of that cafeteria feeling like a prince, king of the castle. I still don't know why they baked all those cookies between lunch and dinner when almost nobody was there to eat them, but I believe it was fate that brought me and those cookies together. Whatever it was, thank goodness. I am forever grateful because it was a treat. So in case it's not clear already, the power of great cookies really brightened the first days of the week for me. It was a slow couple of days. And I guess the lesson here is take the time to really enjoy the little simple treats in life, the bright spots. Maybe it's a good conversation with a friend, maybe a breathtakingly well-crafted baked good, or maybe you finally get a chance to take that pod racer you've been building and stick it to a bothersome alien named Sebulba. I don't know what your life is like, or which Star Wars movie it follows. Equally valid questions. Because these beautiful, tiny joys are a big part of what makes life worth living. And the secondary message is, don't look down upon the cookie. It may be small, humble, and unassuming, but as a wise man, sort of a man, once said, size matters not. Lots of Star Wars references in here. I'm sorry about that, but not really sorry. Now I have to figure out a way to sneak a lifetime supply of those pumpkin cookies out of the cafeteria. I'm thinking the pants. I have wide hips for a man. I get it, and I'm sensitive about it, okay? And yeah, they're lumpy. Thanks for bringing that up, too. Wow, what a day. Stealing something. I can't believe this. You know, I'd like to report a theft. Someone just stole my dignity. Yeah, I'm looking at you, pal. Watch your back. Tell your friends. I'll catch you later.